Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It is Wednesday, the 12th of October of 2022, and Wednesday is the day that we usually do either a twin flame soulmate reading or the other person, which is another line of readings that I do randomly. So I do sometimes I do the twin flame readings, and other times I do the other person reading. So today we're going to do the twin flame soulmate divine union. So this usually speaks to someone that is in a connection, possibly where there is no togetherness. There could be no communication. Possibly for those of you that are single and you're expecting, or you've had signs and synchronicity that someone important is going to enter your life. So a very important relationship that potentially could come through. Remember, energetically, there is no time. So you obviously feel the connection to a certain individual. It could also be someone that you already know, but are not awake to this connection, that this relationship could be a friendship, could be even a competitive relationship, could be someone that you are working with, that this could be an important relationship that will start to unfold in the future. And yes, we can be talking about karmic relationships as well. So my dear friends, yes please, I haven't had this option for you recently with my handwritten love cards. Today I will be taking your comments, your questions, your personal cards for you. So you can comment in the description box below with a yes please, so that I can get back to you with your own personal answer to your yes please question, and give me a couple of days. I will continue coming back. So if you don't get your answer, your card straight away, then give me a day or two. I will get back to all of you. Not after a week. I won't be doing that, okay, because I will have left energetically this reading. So as long as it's quite fresh, I will be coming back with your answers. Now, thank you first of all for liking, sharing and subscribing. I am going to be using today the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. I'm going to be taking the Romance Angels, the Angel cards. So this is the questions that you will ask. You will start to think of what you want answered. This is the Angel Answers. It's an oracle deck, so I'll be taking that, as well as the Lover's Path Tarot, which usually shows very important relationships, potentially from the past. So whichever cards come through, whichever messages come through, obviously, that resemble your relationship or your situation, there's a message in there for you. Also, I'll be taking the Mystic Moon Oracles to see the darker shade of the relationship, the fears, the karma, what kind of a relationship is it? And I will be taking, of course, some some Lenormand, not the Lavera Sevilla today, the Lenormand, which I always like to do. And this deck is the Lenormand Oracle deck by, La Scarabeo, which is a company that does bring out quite a few decks. All right, now, what is it that I wanted to tell you? I don't know if I'll be using the Howl deck with some signs and symbols, depending, of course, on how I feel. We'll see what else we'll use here. Relax, get yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. Cheers, my dear friends. Thank you for your time and your love always. Okay, we may also take the wisdom of the oracle, Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron read for a particular advice from Spirit, and always my Karma Dharma cards. Now, what deck is that? That is the, and I never remember the names of decks, dear friends. I've just got so many. That's the Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti. Ciro Marchetti is one of my favorite publishers. I absolutely love his decks, so I'm looking to get some more of those. Let's see what's going on in this important relationship. Yes, what I wanted to tell you, I'm just looking back at last Wednesday's The Other Person. I've got a couple of important questions that we may answer here. So Rita B commented, will our future together be a blessed, happy and fulfilling if we got together? So that's something that I would like to see if we can answer here. And also, Tarina Baker, is my divine masculine going to fix this? Okay, so keep your questions coming. I mean, if you want something in particular to be answered. All right, so keep your questions coming. I do choose some. I cannot answer all the questions, obviously, but we'll keep asking. Just keep asking and get my attention. There's so many people that comment here. All right, calling on Spirit, on the divine, on Archangel Michael, Archangel, Raphael, and Archangel Lophiel. We've got the Ten of Wands. Someone is moving. Someone is completing a cycle. This could be a movement of a house, moving to another country, another state. Someone is all packed up because what they're leaving behind is a huge burden. So I don't know if this is a breakup, this is a divorce, possible divorce. These readings many times do speak to third parties. So someone could have had enough if they were in another connection. They're all packed up and they're starting over, because the Ten of Wands does turn into the Ace. So they're following their desire and their passion, moving forward. A possible new beginning driven by action. Without action, change does not happen. And we are in eclipse season, my dear friends. So very important month, October this year of 2022. Very powerful, as many important astrological events are playing out with eclipse, Pluto and Saturn coming out of retrograde, Mercury coming out of retrograde already. We've got a conjunction of Venus and the Sun in Libra, hello, on the 22nd, 23rd, as we are moving into, as we're stepping into the Plutonian energy. So Scorpio is where the new moon will take place. So what's going on? This is the relationship cross, my dear friends, as we're looking in the now, the past, who are you and what you brought to the table, and the other person, as well as the possible outcome. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what does not. Archangel, calling on Archangel Lophiel, the Archangel of Love. Can I please have guidance where the future is taking this important relationship, what is possibly going to be playing out, as eclipses are very powerful celestial events, my dear friends. So something is being eclipsed, obviously, from our lives to make space for something new. So, okay. Spirit says that's it. We are there. Okay. First of all, before I take the first card, I would like to take the Karma Dharma. See what the Karma Dharma speaks to spirit. It's what spirit is bringing in. So it's Karma Dharma, it's celestial help or hindrance. Now please remember, where there is hindrance from spirit or even blockages, there either needs to be work done still. Maybe the timing is not correct, right? Or spirit wants to take you on another path because the path you've been on has not been the right one. So let's see, Spirit, Archangel Michael, who I've got right in front of me. He's right there. He's looking at me. He's right across from me. I've got his icon right in front of me. Here is the message. And we've got the sun. So Leo comes through very strongly. The sun is transiting through Libra. And happy birthday, dear Libra. Happy birthday if it is your birthday today. The sun is the ruling planet of Leo. Leo does speak to romance, creativity, risk-taking, you know, taking a gamble on love. It could speak to dating. You know, it's usually the fluttering of the stomach energies with Leo, the fifth house, the natural fifth house in the zodiac. But the sun speaks to clarity. It speaks to masculine energy. So masculine does speak to fire. Leo is fire. It's all about action. But also remember that Leo, the area of Leo in the chart has been squared, has been challenged to make changes because Leo is a fixed fire sign. Fire is all about action, but Leo gets fixated, right? Now, Leo does speak to confidence as well. Having the confidence to create, to heal, to come through as true. I mean, Leo is all about being out there, being open. There's nothing hidden about Leo, right? So the ability to create a happy situation. The fifth house, Leo, is the happy house, logically. So we'll see with the sun. The sun can also speak to possible reconciliation, dear friends. Let's see where we are now. We've got the Six of Swords. Where are we coming from? From the Nine of Cups. Remember, I do not read reversals in my general readings. So a Nine of Cups says that in the past there was a wish fulfillment, right? Someone possibly felt like they were on top of the world here. We see in this card, we could see that she's right on top of a trunk full of gold. Can you see that? And the gold does speak to Leo. And Leo is, of course, it's confidence, it's leadership. It is very, very much about desire, fire, generosity as well. Generosity of spirit. This could also be talking about someone that is in a leadership position, possibly an entrepreneur. Nine of Cups does remind me of the Pisces energy. Now, Six of Swords speaks to transitioning towards something much more calm and serene. It can possibly speak to a coming out of a competitive energy, because the Six of Swords comes after the Five, which could relate to other people, other parties being in the way, or even self-sabotage or self-worth issues that, you know, I'm not good enough, possibly, because remember, this is the card of confidence. But it is, I mean, Leo is also the inner child, so I don't know if we're talking about wounds, a wounding, I don't know, of the father. I mean, a possible father figure. The sun does speak to a masculine energy, a father usually. Possibly someone having some karma connected to a father, or something, maybe an open wound from their past, their childhood, connected to the father or connected to confidence, or Leo can, the shadow side of Leo can also be ego and vanity. So I'm just wondering, because you know the Five of Swords, that could also be vanity, could come through from self-worth issues, someone not feeling good enough, possibly. But nevertheless, this could also be a distant physical, you know, a relationship that's physically at a distance. Someone needs to travel to move over water here. But we see a lot of happiness here. Let's look at you. You are the High Priestess. So you are intuitively very drawn to this person. Possibly some of you are the third person as well, because the High Priestess many times can speak to a secretive relationship, someone that's in the shadows, someone that is not known to the periphery of, you know, the person and their relationship. If they're in another relationship, then possibly you could be the third person. But the High Priestess also speaks to possible wisdom, having that innate inner knowing, but also possibly looking for that wisdom, or looking for some sort of a solution to an open wound that you could be carrying. Let's look at them. We've got the Queen of Wands. Again, this is usually my Leo card. Doesn't have to be. It could be Sagittarius or Aries. The Queen of Wands, again, she's very powerful. She's all about knowledge, right? Queens are all about knowledge. But she's also got that creative spark. She's usually is very generous, very powerful, very creative, very sexual, very attractive. So I don't know if there is a possibility that there is a Queen of Wands, that the other person, you could be dealing with a divine masculine. Possibly. If you are, then they're dealing with, they've got a divine feminine on their sign, which could be another fire sign. Now, as I said, the Queen of Wands, she loves everything. She loves everything that gives her a sense of power. She's very much a leader. She's very fiery and passionate, and she will show her true emotions. She does not hold back, right? And also there is a feeling of luck that comes with the Queen of Wands. I don't know why I feel like it's not your actual person. I feel more so that it's someone else in their life. Let's look at the possible outcome, okay? Because you are all about, it's a major arcana here, right? So it's a 2. 2s always speak to hopefully finding peace through understanding, through wisdom. You feel spiritually connected to this person, possibly. But if we take this as their energy, they're all about what they're creating, right? What they're giving birth to, possibly. So, again, business, yes, they're coming through as very much about passion and desire, right? But you are more inclined towards the divine, spiritual connection. Let's see what the possible outcome is. We've got the Six of Cups, so we do have a soulmate connection here. Of course, this is a card of nostalgia and the past, but also it does speak to a possible balance coming through in the future, a return from someone from your past, someone maybe that you've known from your childhood, from your past, or from a past lifetime. Now, of course, we can speak to parenthood here, because the Six of Cups does speak to that naivety, you know, the trust between one person and another, or that there's innocence and children are innocent. So maybe the third party could be children, anything to do with someone wanting to offer emotional balance and peace to their child, even if there is, there is a possible separation. And as I said, a third party could also possibly be someone's love for the children. Remember that the sun is also, it rules children, the 5th house, Okay, so we'll see what's at the bottom. We'll take more cards in a moment. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, so she is usually very motherly. So we do have 2 divine feminine here. So there could be a possible choice between, a divine masculine or even a divine feminine, having a choice between 2. I mean, this logically, I'm reading for so many of you, so there is always the chance that this is a same-sex relationship as well, where someone is more about stability, the other person is more about passion. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles, she needs security, or she needs to know that she can provide security to the people that she loves. And she is the minor arcana of the Empress. So we've got, obviously, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus here. And we've got the Page of Cups. Page of Cups, which can be an offer, a small offer, possible apology, an unexpected message of, let's get together, let's go out, let's meet up. That's what the Page of Cups is, and many times it can speak to childlike energies or just someone coming through as quite youthful. So if we're talking about a queen and a page, then there could be a big age difference possibly, or a maturity, an imbalance where maturity between the 2 is concerned. So let's take the Lenormand for a moment. See what's going on here before I take more tarot. Going on in this love connection, and thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing and commenting, my dear friends. And yes, please write the yes please, not in the comment section. I don't know if I'm going to do this as a premiere. More than likely this is going to be premiered, so please do not write the yes please in the comments section. Write them beneath the video. Those of you that are interested in a personal reading such as this, please email me at divinedebut11@gmail.com. This is the relationship cross and the twin flame reading. I actually have it on my website as well, so you can check it out. The link will be beneath my website link. What's going on? So we've got the path here, which speaks to opportunities, possible hesitation in making choices. And with Mars retrograde, that will start retrograding end of October in Gemini. It's all about trying to figure things out and make important decisions moving forward. And that will be playing out, obviously, for quite some time, as Mars will be retrograding until mid-January, roughly. Okay, so we're going to be revisiting the past, obviously, with the Mars retrograde. Mars is our desire and our passion, and what we put effort into. Now, with Mars retrograding, right, it means that, yes, we revisit the past, but also there can be frustration and an inability to make a decision, because Mars needs to turn, remember, a retrograde planet means we turn inward. So someone is needing to figure things out maybe on their own, right? So it can be quite frustrating and nerve-wracking and stressful, maybe even possibly waiting on someone's decision if you are in a third-party situation, or you are the third person, or even if it's not a love triangle, dear friends. Right, because the Queen of Pentacles, she knows what she wants. She wants something long-term. She wants stability. She holds the Ace of Pentacles, which is, I need that home, that family. I need that commitment. I need a commitment. I do not just want to have fun. The other person maybe was in this for more so initially about having fun. Right, because even with the Nine of Cups, it's a feel-good energy. Remember, the Nine of Cups can also speak to someone that feels as though they've done something that made them feel good. Maybe possibly also getting away with something, right? So there will be a window of opportunity opening up. There will be hesitations in making choices. Possibly someone could also be thinking of taking action and movement. It does show the path, right? So we're at a juncture. Someone is at a juncture here. Could be both people, could be one of the two, but also someone needing to cover ground. So physical distance. So we've got covering ground over land and then over water. And I did speak about moving over water. So we've got, this is like Jupiterian energy. It's like a number 3, which means there is change, there is possible opportunities. This is like someone is making a choice and departing from a certain situation. This could speak to a farewell, a possible meeting or date, long distance date, possibly for some of you. The possibility of a new journey opening up, an adventure and an adventure ahead. Or possibly we're in that energy right now. Someone could be thinking of physical travel. And again, it does speak to distance, someone needing to take a voyage, but also a farewell, someone making a choice and saying goodbye. Remember, 22 is like a major arcana card, and 2s are all about choices. It's either, it speaks to separation or coupling up. The 2s, that's what they speak to, and it does bring up the Jupiterian energy, where Jupiter is still in retrograde in Aries, right? So he's very powerful. Obviously, he's expanding the energy of Mars. That's in Gemini. So needing to have the courage to figure things out, to find the truth where there's been a poisoning of the mind, or not trusting in the ability to manifest this relationship. Yes, so someone could be, because this is the whip, number 11, the portal that opens. Only yesterday we did a reading, which was the opening of the portal, right? We're in eclipse energies. Yesterday was the 11th, today's the 12th, which 12 does equal to a 3, and it is the Empress quality, pertaining to expansion and growth, possibly also needing, you know, an imbalance, because 3 is always imbalance. We're in the Libra season, we're needing to balance out. It's 2 sides, right? The scales need 2 people. Where there's a third party, there's an imbalance. So something needs to be looked at or fixed. Remember, in the eclipses, very important now, which speak to taking something away from us. Scorpio is all about death and transformation. That's where the new moon will happen. And remember that both, you know, the full moon that we've had in Aries only days ago and the new moon in Scorpio, both are Mars-ruled signs. So that Mars retrograde in Gemini is going to be a big deal. And this, of course, does speak to conflict. An inner conflict, possible legalities, separation, fights, arguments. We've got the divine feminine here, so possibly it's the divine feminine that is at that juncture. Could be, because we do see her on a path here. Maybe she needs to make a decision. We'll see. Or she's conflicted about the divine masculine or her other half, the person she's thinking about. There's a lot of confusion or lack of clarity, possible fear of deception. But she doesn't have the clarity here because she's got a clouded mind. She doesn't know whether to step through that portal or not. Right? Now, the clouds, they do speak to Neptune and Pisces. So there could be doubts, hidden information, secrets, or insecurity about moving towards the future, making a choice. Let's take one more. Oh my goodness. And there is the snake, which speaks to the Scorpio new moon eclipse that is right ahead of us. Let's just restart my camera. So the snake does speak to third parties, my dear friends. The snake does speak to, it speaks to wisdom, a deep knowing possibly, right? Because the snake is very Scorpio, and Scorpio is about depth, and it could speak to a deep knowing. It's very powerful, right? It's Plutonian energy. This could speak to deep desires or possible deception because of a third-party situation. Someone is still dealing with a karmic situation of the past, because this eclipse that's ahead of us is going to be on the South Node. So someone really needs to shed, to take off that dead skin that they've been carrying, the heaviness of fear, possibly secrecy. Scorpio is secrecy. It's also very sexual, but it also speaks to a really deep craving and a very strong attraction and sexual energies. Sexual energies do speak to, I mean, it's very much the root chakra and the sacral chakra. So I feel here that someone's sexual connection here is also challenged by security and safety. So possible finances, the money that comes through from a partner, maybe someone is fearing taking that chance because of their security, their home, what gives them the ability to feel even emotionally secure. And that's what I feel like. There's like the sacral chakra, chakra number 2 and chakra number 1, which is the root chakra. So a sense of security and sexuality here. It's like a bouncing off of the energies from one to the other. So someone is fighting, this is like an internal conflict. And what's going to win? What is going to win? It's not an easy decision here, because number 7 also possibly, 7 does speak to the Chariot. And again, the Chariot, remember we had that 10 of Wands, which shows someone all packed up and ready to move on, move to another home, start over, follow their desire, even if it's risky. And 7s always speak to, and it could be a 7-year situation, 7 months for others of you. It could be a 7-year quarter cycle of Saturn, let's say, where we're going through hardships, we're needing to mature and know that we are in charge of our own lives. Or there's just something karmic going on here. There's the Clover, which I spoke of an opportunity before. Another 2. There will be a window of opportunity to have that deep knowing. The eclipse, the new moon, is a seed that is planted here, but also it does speak to death and transformation. Scorpio does have the ability, it's Pluto, to understand what's hidden, what goes really deep, what is within our subconscious, what it is that we need to leave behind, even if we are lacking in clarity. It's like needing to take a risk, step through that portal and follow our desires, even if our, we've got like a red light going off and saying, but what about your security, your financial, your emotional? This feels like someone needs to take a risk, nevertheless. That's what it feels like here. Let's take one more. And the risk will prove, because this, the Clover is like an open portal as well. It's a 2. It's like the 2 of Wands, very similar to that. That this risk factor that will be taken will bring happiness. And we've got the Child here, which does speak to newness. It's like a death and a transformation. It is a 13 and it's right on the snake. Right? And as I said, a third party could also be a possible child or We could say that, yes, this could be a third party because someone is either a father or a mother, and there is a family and a child in the picture here. What's at the bottom? We've got a home. And I was thinking, 13 is number 4, which is, we've got another 4 here, which does speak to the emperor or someone that's in charge, a father, someone that is in control. Sometimes the emperor may not be in control. Or it could be someone that is checking out of or controlling other relationship. Now, but we've got the house here, and again we see the path. What I'm getting here is like, this is the path that is leading to a home, to a new possible family, to a new possible security. I mean, the house can also speak to permanency, but also family. So someone is either exiting or possibly someone is entering. It could be an exit and an exit and an entry as well. That's how I get the 11 and the portal. So there's conflict around that. We know that a door is always an opening and a portal. So the house can speak to someone that's very traditional, speaks to moon in Cancer. So an establishment, safety, and maybe even someone following traditions or customs from their family, which could also be the choice that someone needs to make here. And this does possibly, the tree speaks to those deep roots, something that's deeply rooted from the past, a past connection. It's a number 5. So yes, again, it does speak to tradition and family. There is the tree, which speaks to Saturn in Capricorn. This may be a choice that needs to be made. The choices and the openings and the closings are here, but this could take 9 to 12 months to get to this establishment, to this home, to this security, to this family, right? And we know that Chronos, Saturn, does speak to timing, the Lord of Karma and timing. So a lot is at stake here. Let's take more cards. Let's put the Queen of Pentacles, she's the general energy of the reading. So we've got the Page of Cups here. So Pisces comes through as well. Another Pisces card, 7 of Cups. Someone that's got many choices, but they're split. And we see that even the page is split in two. His feet are at the top, and it's like he does not feel stable about offering this or about even communicating their true emotions. We've got 8 cups here, which 8 cups is someone that's not totally fulfilled and thinking of checking out and moving on, right? Difficulties, a lack of clarity here with the 7 of Cups. Another 7. And there is the Queen of Cups. So someone needing to follow their intuition. I do feel the Queen of Cups is your energy, my dear friends. Queen of Cups and the High Priestess. Yes, this could be a spiritual union. Yes, this is a very important connection. I don't know, though. We'll see what else comes through for the other person, but we'll see if they understand that this is a divine union, a spiritual connection, or they're not wanting to see that and they're coming through more as just very fiery, very much about sexuality. Let's look at the now with that 6 of Swords. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, so slow and steady pace. This is Virgo energy. It's all about the details, probably in preparation. Knight of Pentacles is more about planning and strategizing, discerning, looking at the details, needing perfection. I mean, Virgo is all about perfection. And it can have to do because look at all the pentacles. I mean, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and it's like he's leaving all this financial security behind, and he's moving forward with the Ace of Pentacles. So we did have, okay, we had a Page of Cups. Here we've got a Knight of Pentacles. We've also got a Queen of Pentacles. So the Earth suit speaks to more about practical matters and security. So again, we see a possible difference where maturity is concerned. And what I notice with this Knight of Pentacles is that he's off his horse. So he's taking forever. He's taking forever. His movement takes forever. Plus also possibly he's off his horse because he's covered a lot of ground, let's say. So he's resting his horse. I get strong earth here, I do. Let's look at the past with that Nine of Cups. And we've got the Devil. Oh my goodness. There is the Devil. So it is a karmic situation. It is something that felt really, really good in the past, right? But it started to, the Devil does speak to a karmic cycle. It does speak to a feel-good energy, a very strong sexual connection. Possibly a love affair. Both cards speak to doing things that make one feel physically really happy. I mean, Nine of Cups, remember, feeling as though someone's gotten away with something. And this has started a karmic long-term situation here. The Devil is like it's like a cycle that someone has gotten into, a loop, which is not easy to get out of. And obviously we see the Devil, it's like someone is playing with one's mind, someone losing their mind because this feels too good. There's a very, very deep and strong attraction here. Let's look at the High Priestess. And we've got Capricorn here, which Capricorn does speak to leadership. Someone who, Capricorn is heavier responsibilities. Remember, he's the Lord of timing and karma, so this has been a long-standing situation. What is the High Priestess? I mean, this also speaks to someone feeling that they cannot break out of this situation, right? It's like this relationship is like someone taking their dose. It's like taking drugs, taking something that they cannot break away from. Very, very difficult. The High Priestess, and there's the Ace of Pentacles. So, Ace of Pentacles, of course, we know is a potential. It's like, look at all the earth. Look at the earth on his hands. He's been working with the earth, so it does speak to stability. We also see the roots here. And the roots, and we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. And I feel that it's you that's wanting something long-term. Now, you've possibly even offered this to the other person, or you've made it clear that this is what you're after and not just a fleeting sexual feel-good energy. Let's look at the Queen of Wands, the other person, let's say. We've got the King of Pentacles, Queen and King of Pentacles. These are very similar to the Empress and the Emperor, my dear friends. So, but we've got the other person as the King of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here, which is the general energy. She is facing the past. The King of Pentacles facing the future. But also, we can see that even as a general energy, even if this is a third person, which I feel is more than likely your energy, right? Because the High Priestess is more that Neptune Virgo energy. And when I say Virgo, I don't only mean you're a Virgo individual. You're someone that has provided service. You've been there, you've nurtured, you loved, you were very motherly, very loving, unconditionally loving to this person. But some of you have sort of turned your back on them. And we see that the King of Pentacles also has his back to this Queen of Wands. If this is another person in their life, if this is not another person, it's interesting. We've got the Knight, the Queen, and the King of Pentacles. So on another level, possibly some of you are married and have children and could have connected with a younger possible individual. Again, it could be another earth sign or someone that is very much inclined towards stability, but is not at the mature position of being the King of Pentacles. So is it possible that if that is the case, that your person now has come to maturity? Or, and what was I going to say? And Capricorn is very strong here, my dear friends, as well. The King of Pentacles is usually my Taurus card. What was it? Or King of Pentacles is dancing with the idea, flirting with the idea that he's wanting to settle down and he's wanting maybe possibly to connect to someone that is stable, provides them with a sense of security. Because remember, the King of Pentacles, he's usually the most mature, most practical king in the deck, right? So he's reached a point of maturity and he can offer this to his person. Let's take that Six of Cups. So we've got a fair bit of earth here in the last cards we've taken. And what I always notice in this card is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This Knight of Pentacles leaves 10 Pentacles behind, which to me speaks to, of course, it's costing them financially. If this is, you know, if it is the King of Pentacles that is checking out and is moving, they may have already done that. I feel that it's the Divine Feminine that has not taken that action yet. So if this is a mirroring effect of two people that are probably going through the same thing, but they're not totally on the same timeline. So this divine union is not exactly on the same timeline, and timing needs to be perfect, right? I don't know if this Libra season will bring that into being, possibly. But yeah, they've already taken that action, right? They could possibly themselves be going through divorce. And the Divine Feminine has no idea about this. Yeah? Six of Cups, dear Spirit. Why do we have the Six of Cups here? Yes, and I was talking about the Ten of Pentacles. So either leave, it's costing them a fortune, this change in their life, or they are leaving a marriage behind. Possibly also traditions, because we know the King of Pentacles, Earth is usually quite traditional. Unless, you know, the King of Pentacles also has Leo in their chart. Could be Leo, could be Aries, could be Sag, right? So fire. What is that Six of Cups? What is that Six of Cups? And before I forget, the handwritten love cards that I will take today. And thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, my dear friends, and commenting. If these cards come through in this reading, then there's a very important message for you in this reading. Okay? And let me not forget again to mention that with the cards that you get, your personal messages, remember that sometimes because of the energy exchange, I could be connecting with your own energy, and the messages that come through could be your thoughts instead of the other person, or your feelings, your emotions. Keep that in mind. I always need to let you know that. So the Six of Cups. We've got the Four of Cups. That's 10 cups there. So the Four of Cups usually is an offer that is not being noticed. There are still things going on pertaining to the home. Four of Cups could be a mischance or an opportunity that was missed from the past returning. Yeah. Because obviously someone is not feeling happy emotionally, safe emotionally, stable financially and emotionally. But we've got lots of emotional situations going on here. A lot to do with water. Water does speak to instinct. Pay attention, dear friends. 10 cups that are split. So one person is on the Six of Cups and the other is still at the Four. Remember that the Ace of Cups that is usually offered here is the Holy Grail. It comes from the hand of Spirit. I do want to take one more card on the outcome here. We've got the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. There is a sense of heaviness. Sometimes the Nine of Wands is like a, like a pushing away of the energy, like someone still having their boundaries up. I'm going to take a smaller deck of cards now, another tarot deck. What's at the bottom? We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. This is the single card. Nine of Pentacles. We go to the Nine of Pentacles, which means someone knows that now they are worthy of, and they have the ability of standing on their own and being in that Garden of Eden. What they're lacking and what they're missing is that Ace of Pentacles, which is on promise here. It comes from your side here. And again, this is Virgo energy, dear friends. What is this sitting on? And we've got the Ten of Pentacles. So we go, someone is coming out of a family situation, becoming single, even if it costs them emotionally, financially, and, where their securities are concerned. Yep. So there is a possible commitment, as long as someone is free to be able, and they've made space in their life to accept or to be able to fill in that void with the person that they want to spend their life with. So again, the cards bounce off of each other, energetically speaking. And we do have 19 Pentacles, which is also the Sun. The King of Swords is here as well. King of Swords could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So let's say that you could be a divine feminine, let's say. So we've got a Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. Sometimes you may also show up in the other person's side because you're on their mind or you're part of their journey. So remember, we've got possible Leo, possible Virgo. Some of you could be on the cusp. Or the general energies, I want something based in commitment, long-term, and marriage. Yes, I am very attracted to you. Yes, I'm quite powerful. Possibly also, I've been also successful with what I do. If this is your energy and this is, and let's say the King of Pentacles, your person has turned their back to you. we can look at it in that, on that energetic level as well. But we've also got strong divine energies and the ability to use your third eye. So do that, my dear friends, and know that what you are, what Spirit is telling you here about something long term, it's like the roots are deep, just like the tree here. Now, obviously, this could be, King of Swords could be, as I said, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, possible with Earth as well here. King of Swords could also be someone that did not show their emotional, they have not been emotionally vulnerable because they're more about, you know, does this add up? Can this work? It's all about taking a step back and trying to figure things out through the mind, through the intelligence, and not connecting with heart. Or some of you could be leaving an air sign, possibly in the past, possibly going through divorce or separation. And we've got the wheel here, which the wheel does speak to changes, fated changes. What does the Wheel of Fortune and Jupiter bring? It brings the King of Swords, which will be truths, a lot of truths. Remember, he holds that Ace of Swords, which can be a double-edged sword. It can be all about severing ties, ending fated karmic situation of the past, which could be a marriage. Remember, Jupiter does speak to legalities as well, and ending a possible marriage. So this is either the energy that your person is taking or has taken in the recent past, because I did say that maybe they've already gone through the separation, and Jupiter does speak to the truth, right? You may be figuring out or learning about this and being very happy, because the child also brings happiness. There is the window of opportunity with the eclipse that you're going to be finding out that they are now, they've done with who they were connected with in the past, right? And they're coming through from a place of heart now. And this, as I said, could be a card of reconciliation. So obviously, we know that with Saturn can also speak to a death. Remember, Kronos would eat his own children. So it was a very strong power struggle from the past, and the devil can also be a karmic situation that someone needed to go through to grow. Okay, so some sort of karma that needed to be worked through from the past. And we're practically at the end of the burden here. The nines always speak to endings, so I don't know. The nine speaks to September. Something may be happening in September, possibly. Let's take some other cards. And oh, I just looked at my timer and it said 1:11. 1:11. Let's take the Mystic Moon Oracle. Nine of Wands. That card totally threw me off. But it also means someone that's been through a lot, but they're still standing. Right? So the Queen of Wands holds the 10th wand here, which does speak to a restart. We did have the 10 of Wands that fell through as we started to shuffle, right? So what's going on, dear Spirit? What is happening with this divine union? We've got divine timing at work here with it's like the Wheel of Fortune, right? Surrender and let time play out. Let the wheel show you what you need to do. We've got Jupiter in Pisces here. And Jupiter will re-enter Pisces. Let me just restart. Jupiter will re-enter Pisces as he has got some unfinished business to take care of, to close a major karmic cycle in one's life. So it's saying surrender, stop pushing for this, whatever this is, let it play out, let spirit guide you. And that will be playing out as Jupiter will re-enter end of October, on the 28th of October, will re-enter Pisces. So from then until the end of November, very important, pay attention. End of November and early December. Okay, we've got abandoned. These are abandonment issues, someone abandoning a situation. I mean, Pisces can also speak to a lack of clarity or self-doubt or anything that... I mean, Pisces can also speak to love affairs and secret enemies. So the enemies could also be third parties, competitive energies, right? Yeah, so there can be childhood abandonment issues here where someone needed to, it was fated that they needed to, that they did not want to relive through their child possibly, their abandonment issues. They did not want to see that reflected from their child. And remember, parent-children relationships are soulmates, right? They could be, they're very important relationships that stem from the past. So let's see what else we've got here. And the divine timing also speaks to Jupiter again. Possible divorce, separation. Someone is abandoning a situation, another relationship, possibly where there was a lot of deception. Now, Spirit will bring signs and synchronicities in here. Pay attention to the signposts. They show us the way. Someone is going through an awakening here. It could be the divine masculine. Doesn't have to be. And the signposts always, many times, do speak to choices that need to be made or being at a juncture. Yeah? Just like the path here. And we've got free will. And the free will also rings the Aquarius energy for me. Someone is, they know now that they are free to pursue their wish fulfillment. Okay, possibly that's what it's speaking of here. So someone is free of any karma or any legalities or self-worth issues pertaining to their childhood. Free will just keeps coming through in my recent readings all the time. It's about freeing oneself up from a karmic, huge chapter. Yeah. The Piscean energy again. And I feel that Jupiter is the wisdom. Jupiter will give us the wisdom through the either deception or the lack of clarity, an imprisoning, a feeling of being imprisoned in an unhealthy, deceptive, maybe even psychological situation that's kept someone bound, feeling blocked. But the ability to feel free is here and act freely. And there is the union, my dear friends. There it is. Communication, this is telepathy. This is, obviously, if there's, this communication card does speak to usually a very strong bond for me, where both people, they connect telepathically, but it's also very strong because it's a connection that is on a, in an ascension process, and possibly also twin flame, which is very powerful. And there's the metamorphosis, right? Plutonian energy, a death and a rebirth possibly, and releasing. 2 Scorpio cards, releasing the negativity, the poison, seeing the light. Seeing the light. And there is also the moon Remember, we're going to have a full moon in Taurus on the 8th of November. So someone's going to possibly be liberated, because that's going to be a full moon, and it's going to be on Uranus, and Uranus is liberation. Here is the Uranus card. So there's a refocus and a release. Someone is doing things differently. They're refocusing. They're going through that metamorphosis. There will be a lot of communication, also telepathically speaking, and pay attention to the signs coming from Spirit as well concerning this union, this divine union. Actually, let me take some romance angels. What's going on, dear Spirit? Where is this relationship heading? This is Nine of Wands, is a card of being guarded. Being guarded from someone in your life or in their life that did not make them happy. It's like someone is protecting themselves or protecting their interests or protecting their children, their child. We've got flirt, extend your light-hearted energy to others. We've got wedding. This situation involves marriage. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Two cards that speak to marriage. We've got a bride and groom here. Honeymoon. Very soon. You know, the retreat card many times does speak to a secret love affair for me. Okay, so possibly a secret love affair that could end up in a commitment. That's what I feel, because the wedding, this situation involves marriage and flirtation. This could also speak to someone that's already married, flirting outside of a marriage or a commitment. And here, the retreat, either connecting with someone in a secretive way or feeling that this person is someone that you were married to in a past lifetime. This could be like a sanctuary, or catching up with someone in a secret place, a meeting. It's time to disconnect from the world. So I don't know if this is at a different area from where you live, but there is honeymoon. We also see the gondola moving over water, which is the Six of Swords here. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, or a feeling of there could possibly be a honeymoon chapter for you, and something that will be very promising and pointing towards commitment. But it says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, because this is showing up in the very soon timing card, right? Very soon. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. And I'm going to say here that maybe someone has been trying to, maybe from a past partnership, maybe one person wanted to give their relationship a chance, or where there's been a breakup, right, in the past, because we do see the devil, which can be, as I said, Kronos used to eat his children, so it does speak to a certain death. And also very competitive and karmic situations. So maybe this is like returning back. Give your relationship a chance with the Four of Cups. So maybe the potential here was for honeymoon, and like a sense of honeymoon feeling as though that was coming very soon. But it's like like the Nine of Wands, like someone falling back into a certain cycle, back into not feeling certain, and then revisiting. And that's what the Nine of Wands says to me here. Let's see what's at the bottom here. And that's because of children. Your love life is being affected by children. Remember, not everyone is going to be on the same timeline. You are lovable. You deserve love. Someone is aiming for that perfect relationship. Remember the bow and arrow does speak to targeting. It's the poisonous Cupid arrow, which is very much about deep love and the inability to break away from because of the poison. Someone falling madly in love, right? Let's see what the Lover's Path Tarot holds for us. Yeah, so this clearly decide and give your relationship a chance with the honeymoon here. It's like for some of you, someone is falling back into that cycle because of children more than likely, or because of indecision. So we've got the Nine of Wands. Look at that. Incredible. That's confirmation of that, my dear friends. We've got tradition. So someone that is in another marriage that could be following traditions. And of course, this is Romeo and Juliet. But this is also the Hierophant. So Taurus energy. And Taurus is where the North Node is. And to get to our North Node, we have to get uncomfortable, and it's like walking on a tightrope. So can they do this? Can they be the flying trapeze? Can they walk on that tightrope without that safety net? Remember what I spoke of, the sacral and the root chakra. What will they do? I mean, this is a thriller. And remember, we've got a full moon in Taurus, which is on Uranus. Expect the unexpected. That's when something will be shown to us, something will complete. And remember, Taurus is Venus. Where there is true love, there will be that risk factor and someone taking that risk. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got Danae and Zeus. So we know that Zeus had many love partners. So Romeo and Juliet is quite familiar for you, but you may want to Google Danae and Zeus. I don't know who their children were. Just Google Danae and Zeus and you will find out. I will do that as soon as I finish the reading. It's always good to learn the mythology, but you know, with so much history, with the gods, you know, the 12 gods of Olympus, and Zeus had many partners. I don't remember his connection with Danae. I will check it out. Let's see what's at the bottom. So we do have the Wheel of Fate. Divine timing is here. We did see the Wheel of Fortune as well. And we've got the Ace of Staves, the Ace of Wands, which is the desire. It is the someone is holding a torch. There is fire here. Fire can bring newness, because fire also burns. It burns, but it also creates. We can create. Fire is also very instinctual. Remember, the Queen of Wands holds that Ace of Wands, and she's got the power to manifest, to create, but also to put an ending through the ability to create to that Nine of Wands. And here it is, Nine of Wands, Ace of Wands. And we did start off with the Ten of Wands, so we've come full circle. What's at the bottom? And we've got the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is stealth. Seven of Swords is also strategy, intelligence, and theft many times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a message now from the Wisdom of the Oracle before I take a few more tarot cards here. The Wheel of Fate is turning, so we go from the 5 to the 10, And remember, the 5 and the 10, they equal 15, which is also the devil. Possibly someone now, with the help of spirit, breaking away from the devil. And it could be that someone is, they're their own devil themselves. So they're holding themselves back. Yeah? And someone is saying, better the devil you know than the one you don't. So someone is very scared to take that risk. But you know, the Wheel of Fortune, it is a 10, and it is the energy of spirit. It's a major arcana. Where someone is scared to be that flying trapeze, they will find themselves on that tightrope from spirit. They've got no choice. What's the message, please? And we've got new life, and it's in the reverse. This does remind me of the Libran energy. I don't know why. New life, number 39. 39, which equals a 12. It's again the Hanging Man. Let's quickly read this. For me, a reverse card says we are not at that new life yet. Number 39. So the protection, let's read the new life first. In relationship. New energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with the sweetness and vibrancy only encountered when winter gives way to spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnerships in all forms. Now, I'm going to say also for some of you that there will be a small amount of you that are going to stay because of the children. You will stay because you will say, better the devil I know than the one I don't. But I feel that that's only a very small portion of you. Okay? You will stay because of the children. You will stay because you are more traditional. Now, the reverse message of new life says, you must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. It's okay to admit you may not know something. You are at the beginning of things and haven't yet hit your stride. Be immersed in the newness of it all and don't try to rush the learning process. New life has its own timetable for maturity. Be here now. Life loves you. So someone is looking towards a new life, but will they take the risk to move towards it is the question. They obviously, if this is like the Hanging Man energy, the Hanging Man is someone is needing to surrender and abandon anything that was unhealthy of the past, even any unhealthy thoughts. Let's look at the now with the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. We've got justice. We do have justice here. Seven of Wands. Someone is going to enter that portal and they're going to fight because they've got the upper hand here. Even if it's something that is against their traditions or what it is that they desire. Even if there's a lot of people that are in opposition to this relationship. Or walking through this portal, Spirit will give you the upper hand. Okay? The past. We did have the Nine of Cups and the Devil. We've got the Three of Cups, which is also feeling very celebratory, but also this could be a love triangle for many of you. And the Five of Wands. Now, being conflicted, having found oneself in a very karmic situation that was really, really hard to break free from. Also, there's internal conflict here that, you know, this is what I love, this is what I am attracted to, but is it the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? I fear moving towards this wish fulfillment because it just seems too good to be true. But I'm tempted. They made me feel so good. They felt so good. Yeah. That's what started off the conflict. There was such happiness in the past. Let's look at the position of you with the High Priestess and the Ace of Pentacles. There's the Judgment card. Second chances, help coming through from Spirit, possibly for movement. There is a resurrection. Where love is concerned for you, there is, Spirit is telling you, it's time to take action now. Queen of Swords on the other side. Libran energy, possibly divorce, separation, truths, and lots of communication. Some sort of a decision. Queen of Swords cuts through that Ten of Cups where there hasn't been bliss and happiness. Queen of Swords will speak her truth. And Ten of Cups does turn into the Ace. And these cards just fell out of my hands. They just flipped open. And we've got the King of Pentacles again and the Two of Wands. Right? And he's looking towards the past. So his choice does involve the past. Yeah? And what will be communicated possibly. Now this person, your person could be dealing with either a Libra, another air sign, or a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, possibly. Oh, wow. Okay, that fell on your side. I need to take it. So we've got the Hanging Man for you. Some of you are going to move forward. You're leaving the discomfort, the conflict, right? You're waiting from help from Spirit, or you're waiting on the other person to see things from another perspective, or you're waiting on the other person to finish up what's going on in their life. This is like a cutting away of a cycle, or speaking one's truth and bringing through truth, coming into bliss. This is like a divorce of a family, no doubt, on the other person's side. Well, this card fell here, so I think I need to take it. Nine of Cups again. Incredible. Incredible. Just hold on a second, darlings. Oh, no, it's okay. Nine of Cups twice there. Incredible. Let's see what the potential after the Ten of Cups on the other person's side. What's that about? They've got the Five of Swords, so they've still got a lot that they're dealing with, and there's 5 and the 6 swords. Yeah. This could also be a lack of support from their family of heritage, possibly. Or what they're going through, the legalities that they're going through can be very harsh. Five of Swords, self-deception, inability to feel worthy, or that I can win this, or that there's another third party here, which I'm wondering if they've got another partner and they're going through divorce. Is there a possibility that their partner is in another connection? And that was what was really hard for them to come to understand. I want to take one more on that Five of Swords. And there's the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe they're also confused, possibly torn about what's going on with you, because the Knight of Pentacles is very slow and strategic. So they're conflicted about the future moving forward. Again, we had the Knight of Pentacles. Remember the confliction about leaving a family, leaving their finances, or it's costing them financially. And this card just fell through, Five of Cups. So there are regrets, but someone is mulling over the past. Let's see the possible future, possible outcome. We've got the World card, which is a major cycle that is ending, possible physical distance. The World card does speak to victory. It speaks to success, great success, possible marriage, commitment. But it also says that, yes, the cycle needs to end so that, and it's all about timing, because this is Saturn. This is Saturnian. We've got the Four of Pentacles. Fours, again, speak to security. Four of Pentacles. Holding back. This birth, the birthing of Venus through the womb, is needing a little bit more time, I feel, with the Four of Pentacles. I want to take these cards that just flew out at me. We've got the Eight of Swords, so someone is still feeling blocked here. We've got the High Priestess, secrets, intuition. We've got the Chariot here, and we've got the Ace of Wands. Someone needs to seriously make a decision that they are going to move on. Even if they don't have all the information, they need to follow their intuition, right? Even if it's costing them financially. This could be another open wound where it's going to cost me a lot. Financially, emotionally, it's costing me, or it's costing my child because they won't have both parents, for instance. We see that there is the Ace of Wands, which has been very prominent. There is a strong desire, and there is also clarity coming through. That's what also the Sun card brings us. It brings us clarity and it brings us truth. I just want to take one card on that Queen of Pentacles, which is the general energy. Now, I don't know if this is going to be talking about the Pisces season, so roughly next February, March, or Cancer season, where this cycle will close for sure, and then obviously new beginnings start, new home, possible physical travel, possible information that will be coming through that will give you the power, because this is also the hand of God. Let's see what the Queen of Pentacles holds. Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is here and Queen of Pentacles is here. So it does speak to family. So as I said, for some of you, you are on the cusp with Virgo, Leo, more than likely. Other than that, Queen of Pentacles, which is the general energy, turns into the Queen of Wands. So there is the desire, there is the ability to create. Because there is a lot of desire, there's luck also. And there's the Five of Cups again. So let's not get stuck on mulling over the past and move towards the future, okay? Let's see what the angel answers will advise for you. You can pause the video, my dear friends. Pause the video if it's necessary. So we have get more information. Someone is reconsidering. Oh, wow. We have you're ready. So someone was reconsidering if they're ready, if they're going to take that chance. There's something better. Someone having second thoughts. Reconsidering falling back in the cycle. But then thinking, having those doubts and needing to decide. Remember, decide, and then it will come through very soon. Recovery. Recovery. Some of you could be, you could have information that's coming through that will be very significant for you. And we've got in the near future. Recovery could be the recovery of, I don't know, information, or the recovery after going through some sort of difficulties with this relationship. So going through a healing process, if you know what I mean. Let's see what's at the bottom. A year from now. In the near future and a year from now. So the timing will be different for each of you, obviously. Let me just restart my camera so I can take your personalized handwritten messages. Okay, in the near future, there's something better. Some of you, and this card obviously says to me that some of you are literally going to close up this cycle. Not everyone is going to stay. If this was a karmic situation, a karmic relationship, some of you can't do this anymore. So you are thinking of moving forward, healing yourself, because obviously in the near future there could be something better for you. Or some of you are leaving a narcissistic commitment or marriage in the past and moving on to something better, something that your higher self is telling you will be better. And it could be, yes, this relationship for many of you. All right, so take it as it resonates for you. I do see you taking action. You will have help coming through from spirit, moving towards this possible seed that you've planted that has grown deep roots. And that could be, you could be setting down those, or picking that seed up with the roots and taking it elsewhere. So movement. Yeah, so maybe the other person is taking longer than normal because they're still dealing with a lot of conflict, needing emotionally to close up a difficult cycle, maybe where there wasn't truth. Let's see what's going on. And this could also be a battle between the two parents because of the child. So this is the case where something would take longer than necessary. So let's see what the messages are. You left me in the dark, stuck on you. That's the Eight of Swords, which we've got up here. I will fight for us. Seven of Wands, which is also here. You are very attractive. I don't know if I can keep my hands off you. Waiting patiently for your return, I forgive you. Four of Swords. Another Four of Wands. I want you with me. I want you to be mine. I cannot live without you. That's the 1111 card. The marriage card. We've got all black cards. So it's all about the depth, secrets, death and transformation, big changes ahead. Lots of things coming up to the surface. It's not an easy time. Energetically, it's not an easy time what we're going through. Another Five of Swords. I do apologize, but I'm married. I know I lied, but now you know. I have loved you from the moment I met you, but the problems in my life don't allow me to follow my heart right now. It won't be fair on you either. So there is a love triangle with the Three of Pentacles. It could be connected to work as well. This was love at first sight, but there were problems in one's life because of third parties, work problems, family problems, and so on and so forth. We do have deception here. Someone was, and it's on the side of the other person, Five of Swords. I do apologize, but I'm married. I know I lied, but now you know. And that would have been a breakup, obviously. I regret the moment that I let you go. Five of Cups, which is also here. So there are regrets pertaining to a breakup of the past. Let's take a couple more. I couldn't stay with you because I felt as though I was suffocating. I want to be free. We've got the free will here. Eight of Swords twice. And the Eight of Swords is on the Four of Cups, where someone is not happy in a situation, or they are not free yet, or it's their perception of not feeling free, to be able to take that Holy Grail, that Ace of Cups. I dreamt of you before I met you, and we've got the Four of Wands twice. So remember, the new life came through in the reverse. There is an imbalance, which, you know, we're trying to fix here. Imbalances do speak to a lack of equality, a lack of giving and receiving equally for whatever reason. Let's take last card. I can't help myself from falling in love with you every day. And that's the Ace of Cups, my dear friends. At the bottom, we have, I want you in my life for today, tomorrow, and forever. Nine of Cups, which is where we started from. The Nine of Cups, which was put down here, and we've got the Nine of Cups 3 times. So this is a wish fulfillment, a possible wish fulfillment. For others of you, this was just someone possibly having fun, if you were the third person. But remember that we go from, it's like here we've got Venus and Jupiter. Where there's been true love and truth, there can be expansion and growth, or even, you know, innocence and peace, and anything that makes one feel good. Where there's been value, have you been valued? Has someone been there for you? Has someone been telling you the truth? Or, you know, because if we think of Venus and Jupiter, they can bring, I mean, they're the two benefic planets. They can bring a lot of optimism and good luck and positive changes. But where there's been a lack of those goodies, Jupiter will bring separation. Where there's been no self-worth, where there's been no effort put in, right? Venus is all about, we need to do the work. Venus is not about just having everything fall into our lap. We need to put the effort in, right? To find that balance and that harmony, because Venus also rules Libra. So where there's been equal giving and receiving, even if it's 40%, 40-60, right? 45-55% each, they still can be balanced out. Where there's been 30-70, this at some point will tire out. There needs to be more balance and more harmony. And that's what everyone is looking at pertaining to their relationships. Okay, so we've got, as I said, Nine of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Wheel of Fortune. Remember that Jupiter will be stopping on the Venus degree in Pisces. So we're going to sort of be looking back towards April, end of March and April, when they conjoined. I mean, it was Neptune, Venus, and then Jupiter and Venus, and Jupiter, Neptune, and Venus. And Jupiter is going to retrograde back there now, very soon, like in the near future, moving forward, and will sort of bring those subjects back from that timing, and we'll be re-looking at our relationships, obviously. And also, I'm going to say there will be some clarity that we will have just before the eclipse, the new moon in Scorpio, because we're going to have the Venus-Sun conjunction. We do have, like, the sun and Venus transiting through Libra together. So it's been really good for Libran people, I suppose I would say, having, of course, the sun there, which will bring clarity. And obviously the sun will bring clarity to all of us where relationships and partnerships are concerned. But, you know, there will be a cazimi, an embrace of the sun and Venus on the 22nd, 23rd. So Venus will be given a lot of energy, a lot of power. So let's see how that will play out, my dear friends. All right, I think that I am done. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Keep your comments coming. make sure to share these videos. And if you love the work that we do here on Patreon and the astrology or the mythology, do join us on Patreon. You can get the links below. Thank you to my dear Patreons for their support always. Thank you for your contribution in whichever way you contribute to this channel, for the exchange of energy, for the love that you give sparingly. And what can I say? I will catch up with you again soon, my dear friends. Love and light. Shine bright. Stay strong. Ta-da. My goodness, my goodness. I forgot to answer the 2 questions on whether this relationship will be a happy and long-lasting one if it happens. If it happens, how will the turnout be? How will this relationship go? Where happiness is concerned, dear Spirit. Okay. Will this be a happy relationship? Will it be a fulfilling relationship, dear Spirit? Okay. How will this relationship play out in the future, dear Spirit? 3 of Pentacles, collaboration. It will grow deep roots, okay? It will be very grounding, but based in reality. There will be a lot on offer here. It does speak to long term, obviously, with the Ace of Pentacles. The 4 of Cups. Thoughts pertaining to past issues will be coming through quite often with the 4 of Cups. Remember, the 4 of Cups is like, I feel here, it even says that someone will be really, really happy. Even though there were lots of mischances in the past, there will be memory of the past, possibly also third parties. Let's look at that 4 of Cups. Three of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. It will take some time for this, for these painful memories to work through these painful memories, but there's a lot of support with the 10 of Pentacles, and this obviously can grow into something long-term. It is the family card, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit shaky, and it could also be possibly, I feel here, that there will be external noise. We've got a 3 of Pentacles and 3 of Swords, which says that possibly there will not be acceptance, maybe, from the family of this relationship. But with the ending card here with the 10 of Pentacles, it does speak to a lot of support at the end of the day, right? And this speaks to happy family. We see the children playing. We see a lot of support, okay? Even though, because this is the beginning, obviously, and this would be the more long-term into the future. So we do see that there will be a few shaky times here where also other relationships from the family, connections to the family, this could either say that there will be disappointment from others at first. It's like needing to sort of make a choice. You know, am I going to do what's emotionally fulfilling for me and the home that I'm building, or am I going to be split between my family of heritage and my relationship? And I'm going to say also here, that till you get to the Ten of Pentacles, there will be some, as I said, memory from the past. I do see a little bit of a disappointment here. Three of Swords, right, which can be like those memories. I feel it's all about the memories of the past and needing to work through that, okay? That's what I get. Okay, let's now, and remember that I'm not reading reversals, dear friends. So if these cards were to be in the reverse, then that would speak to, yes, having or going through some sort of healing, a healing of those memories or those mischances of the past, feeling as though time has, you know, been missed, happy times been missed, but the reward is very stable in the end here. Now, can the divine masculine make it up to the divine feminine? I mean, can they fix the situation? Will they be able to fix the situation? We've got the Two of Wands. We've got the Eight of Wands. And we've got the Fool. So it's like, and we do have fire here, a lot of fire, and we've got Aries there in energy. So we've got the masculine, more masculine energy. So I'll take it that this is the divine masculine, taking action, needing to make choices, taking action to move forward, and taking that leap of faith, ready to take that courageous move, make that courageous move into a brand new cycle, right? And taking risks. So any wounding of the mind or of the thoughts or anything, it's like overcoming. We do see a lot of fire here. Ten of Wands, that's like reaching the end of the burden and then ready to take on that new journey, that new adventure. So they'll be able to fix it because there's a new journey opening up for you. Okay. That's the second question answered, my dear friends. So I hope that, again, this helps. Don't forget to leave your questions beneath and your yes, please, if you're wanting a card for yourself. Thank you so much, my dear friends, and sorry for forgetting earlier, but you saw how big the reading was. Much love and much light. Ta-da.